DoorDash just confirmed a social engineering attack that exposed customer, delivery worker, and merchant information across the United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. And if you think this sounds familiar, you're right. This is DoorDash's third major breach since 2019. At this point, getting hacked isn't an accident for them, it's a pattern. Here's what should concern every DoorDash user watching this. The attackers didn't need sophisticated malware or zero-day exploits. They just called an employee and convinced them to hand over access to internal systems. Social engineering attacks work because they exploit the weakest link in any security system: human psychology. And once again, it worked perfectly. Let me break down exactly what happened on October 25th, because this attack reveals just how vulnerable our personal data really is. An employee at DoorDash fell for what the company calls a social engineering scam. Now, DoorDash is being diplomatic here, but let's call it what it is. Someone got tricked into giving attackers access to internal systems. The attackers gained access to customer names, phone numbers, email addresses, and physical delivery addresses. Think about that for a second. They know where you live, how to contact you, and probably what you like to order. But it gets worse. They also accessed delivery worker information and merchant data. We're talking about a complete ecosystem compromise. Customers, drivers, and restaurants all exposed in a single attack. Now here's what makes this particularly frustrating. This is DoorDash's third major breach since 2019. Third? At what point do we stop calling these incidents and start calling them business as usual? In 2019, they had a breach affecting 4.9 million customers. The attackers accessed names, email addresses, delivery addresses, phone numbers, and hashed passwords. Then they had another significant security incident. And now this. Each time, it's the same story. We take security seriously, we're investigating, we're implementing additional safeguards. But if you're implementing additional safeguards after every breach, maybe the problem isn't your safeguards. Maybe the problem is your fundamental approach to security. Let's talk about why social engineering attacks like this are so effective and so dangerous. The attackers didn't need to hack DoorDash's servers or break their encryption. They just needed to convince one employee to give them access. And once they had that access, they could move through internal systems like they belonged there. The good news, if there is any, is that DoorDash says no social security numbers, payment cards, or bank accounts were compromised. But honestly, that's a pretty low bar for good news. The bad news is that the information they did steal, names, addresses, phone numbers, email addresses, is perfect for targeted phishing and social engineering attacks. Here's why this breach is particularly dangerous for victims. The attackers now have your delivery address and contact information. That makes their next scam attempts incredibly convincing. Imagine getting an email that says there was a problem with your DoorDash order to 123 Main Street. Click here to resolve the issue. You'd probably click it because they have your actual address. Or a phone call saying, "This is DoorDash customer service. We need to verify your account because there was suspicious activity at your address." They already know where you live, so it sounds legitimate. This is what makes data breaches so insidious. The stolen information gets used to make future attacks more believable and more successful. What's really concerning about DoorDash's security track record is that social engineering attacks are completely preventable with proper training and procedures. Every cybersecurity framework includes employee training as a fundamental component. The fact that DoorDash employees are still falling for these attacks suggests their security awareness program isn't working. And here's what should worry every DoorDash customer. If they can't protect against basic social engineering attacks, what happens when sophisticated nation-state actors target them? We're not talking about Russian intelligence services here. We're talking about criminals who probably learned their techniques from YouTube videos. And they're still succeeding. So what can you do to protect yourself from the fallout of this breach? First, be extremely suspicious of any communications claiming to be from DoorDash, especially if they reference your address or recent orders. Second, never click links in emails or texts claiming to be from DoorDash. If you need to check your account, go directly to the app or website by typing the URL yourself. Third, consider changing your DoorDash password and enabling two-factor authentication if you haven't already. And honestly, you should probably do this for all your food delivery apps. Finally, monitor your accounts for suspicious activity. The information stolen in this breach could be used for identity theft or account takeovers on other platforms. DoorDash's third major breach in 5 years shows that some companies just don't learn from their mistakes. Social engineering attacks are preventable, but only if you actually invest in prevention. Next week, I'm diving into Harvard University's phishing attack that compromised their alumni affairs systems, and why even Ivy League institutions are falling for basic social engineering. Subscribe, because if you can't trust companies with your delivery address, you definitely can't trust them with your financial data. Hit that notification bell. Your personal information depends on staying informed.